Hey, it's Terry D-Lab. I'm unboxing a 1959 Princeton. Comes to me from Brian in Hawaii. And I already opened the box and there's a little surprise I want to share with you guys. So that doesn't look like a Princeton, does it? Looks like a bunch of chocolates for Marsha, maybe. All the way from Hawaii. And guess what? I repaired an amp for him about a month ago. And he sent me this chocolate. There was actually another box, but I traded it to a gal at work for some cupcakes. So D-Lab's stocked on chocolate and wine, of course. Let's check out the Princeton. Alright, so here it is. 59 Princeton. He included a letter. I have not read it yet. But I think he said that this thing has not been fired up by him. He acquired it and he wanted me to go through it. Make sure it's okay. Triad power transformer, not original. PT131, that's sold by CE Distribution. So transformers are not original. I think that the rust is original, right? And looks like some caps have been replaced, which is a good thing. And of course, cobwebs. Good sign. It actually looks pretty decent underneath. So I get the tubes in it, bring it up on the Variac, see if it'll come to life. Alright, here we go. Initial check of the Princeton. I did bring it up on a Variac at first just to make sure everything was cool. She's up and idling. I got my leader audio generator, little dummy load, scope. The meter right now is looking at the bias current through the tube, which is say 19 volts, and it's running a 470 ohm resistor, so it's pulling about 40 milliamps of current. I've seen them a lot higher with that stock resistor, so I'm guessing that the plate voltage is probably a little bit lower. No, not really. 402. Anyway, she's humming right along. Let's bring her up. There's the output. Right there. There's my tone. And you can see the sine wave looks great. And if you crank it, there's that distortion. This thing's actually working great. I don't know if I'd change anything. So the owner, I read his letter and it did say that he played this thing and it sounds great, and he wants me to install a 3-prong grounded type cord and just give it a check out and scope it. Well, there it is right there on the scope. Looks beautiful. I'm going into it with about a kilohertz there. There's about 2 kilohertz. You can hear it singing out of that little resistor. Can't do it too long because it's only a 1 watt resistor, right? You know what will happen. But anyway, this thing's working great. I'm impressed. Alright, got the old 3-prong cord installed. Took out the death cap. She's all wired, cleaned up. I'll give it one more test. But this little Princeton is ready to go back. So you can see Marsha's dancing around. It's because we're listening to Joe Jackson's Laughter and Lust, right? This is a great CD. This is a great artist. And this is actually the Japanese copy, but I gotta turn that down because I'm gonna get popped for copyright. The Princeton is done. I added the cord. I gave it a couple checkouts. I just can't do anything else to this amp because it's working perfectly, okay? So sometimes that's the way it goes. So hey Brian, I appreciate the chocolate, man. You know, I feel bad because I think that the shipping is going to be more than the repair. See you guys again. D-Lab.